He said a lot of things. He said that May is a liar. He said that May is fake. This week, May Yul Edochie, through her new lawyers, great law partners, might be heading to the courts for civil and or criminal charges against her former lawyer, Emeka Ugwuonye. Sorry, I'm not an evil person, so I might just be referring to him as Emeka. So when I say Emeka, know that he's the one that I'm referring to. Why the legal space might be experiencing this civil suit. Now, why? That is because Emeka was given 48 hours, although it was not clear there whether it's 48 hours during the working days, or just generally 48 hours to do these 6 things which he hasn't done. One, to cease and desist from publishing defamatory information against Queen May on his social media platforms. But this lawyer has not ceased. He has been going on and on, even releasing screenshots and even threatening to release more. Then the second demand was that he should retract all that he has published on all his platforms. And this man mostly uses Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Personally, I visited his Facebook page. I don't want to mention it. I don't want to be giving him undue publicity. So the other thing that the other demand was that he should retract everything that has been published. He should issue a public apology. And the way I'm seeing that man is not somebody who is going to be that humble to do that. Or maybe he will wait and give us a last minute surprise. And then is to pay the sum of 1 whopping billion naira, and then he has 48 hours to do this. None of these demands has been met. He has not complied. Emeka has not complied to any of these demands. So what is going to happen? So we might witness May and her lawyers proceeding to courts to file defamatory suits, libel, and they have to be able to prove that the statements that Emeka has, his statements, his publications are false. Because he said a lot of things. He said that May is a liar. He said that May is fake. Yul Edochie never loved me. Is he in Yul Edochie's mind? How will he know? You were not in Yul Edochie's mind. You were not his lawyer. How do you know that he never loved me? That he had to marry her because she was pregnant? The thing is that he married her. He was not forced to marry her, but he married her. So how is that one out your business? If you even heard such things or things that were told, that your client told to you in confidence, why should you bring them to the open? So the May's lawyer and May has to be able to establish the fact that the things he has published are false and they are defamatory. That is libel. And in Nigerian law, I'm not a lawyer, but at least I can do research. In Nigerian law, libel, the plaintiff does not need to go overboard to try and prove that this case was libel. That is because it was out there in social media on his page. No, he was the one. He's the author of those publications. So that one, I think that one we can take it good. And then another one is another thing they'll be able to prove is that the publication personalized me, and this guy was mentioning her name and even releasing screenshots of private chats. So they will also not have a problem, proving that. And then the third thing that they will be looking at while going to court is if the publication, if it was published to a third party. So what does it mean for these publications to be published to a third party? That is, if he published it apart from the person that information was meant for, if he shared it with any other person. And this man put it out there on his social media. What was his intention? It was a breach of confidentiality. Yes, it's a breach of confidentiality. And the intention, we can say, was malicious. So if May has good lawyers, because you can have a good case, and if you don't have a good lawyer, you can lose. And you can have a bad case, and you can have a good lawyer, you can win. My husband always tells me this, because his father was a lawyer, lawyer, somebody that came to the UK in the early 60s to come and study law. He studied law in Inner Temple Law School in London. So my husband used to follow his father to courts, and my husband will always tell me that, you see, these issues of law, they are not really that straightforward. They are not really that straightforward, This now is not social media sensationalism. This now is, they are talking about law courts now to be able to prove their point, defamation, breach of confidentiality, yes, and to be able to establish the libelous acts of Emeka Ugwuonye. So stay tuned. Let us see how things unfold. So Emeka was actually May's lawyer up till July 2025. And he said that he quit because of May Nation, having issues with May Nation. So that one is going to be in my next post. So stay tuned while I give you that update. So what are you doing for? If you have watched me up to this point and you have not liked, so please like, share, so that other people will know, comment, and also hit that follow button if you are not yet following me, so that you can be able to have more updates. And if you are watching me on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Thank you, and see you in my next post. Bye.